Alexander Usyk pulls off not the biggest upset in the world, but you know, he wasn't the favorite going into this fight. The odds were pretty even, but Tyson Fury was the slight favorite in the fight. But what a performance from Alexander Usyk. There was a lot of back and forth in that fight. I thought Usyk won the first 2 rounds, and then Fury kind of went on a run. I then had it, 4-2. Going into the 7th round, and then from there it just kind of fell apart for Tyson Fury. He was fighting a good fight. Who am I to say Tyson Fury should have done this, should have done that? I thought he did very well within the middle, those early to mid rounds, and then once it got later in the fight, we all know what happened. Alexander Usyk obviously found a home for that left hand, and it looked good. He obviously stunned Tyson Fury and made him fall back into the rope. So it was a good fight from Alexander Usyk. 30-pound weight difference, and he was still able to do that to one of the best heavyweights we've ever seen in the world. And a lot of people like to discredit Tyson Fury and kind of say that it's heavyweights. There's not great opposition anymore. It's not the same as it was during the Tyson, the Lennox Lewis days, Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali, all these legends in the sport of boxing. But Tyson Fury was still a champ no matter what, so Usyk really does deserve a lot of credit for, beating a guy that came to the fight, 30 pounds heavier than him on weigh-in day. So, he just had a lot of success from the start. He got some confidence in the first 2 rounds, I think. He slacked off a little bit, Tyson Fury got into a rhythm, but, Usyk continued to stay aggressive. I was honestly like, when Fury started to bag rounds from round 3 to like 6 or 7, I was saying, why is Usyk being so aggressive? Just go back to, boxing him. You're giving Fury what he wants. You're letting him get into a rhythm. And part of that is still true. No matter what, Usyk still won, but those rounds that Fury was winning, he was very light on his feet, found a home for that uppercut, would throw that jab, and then catch him with that uppercut right down the middle, because when you're an orthodox fighter, you're fighting that southpaw. Usyk was obviously targeting that straight left hand, and every time that he would set it up, Fury was able to time him with that nice little uppercut and catch him every time. He was doing a good job of that, and that's a big reason why I think he got a lot of rounds. He even hurt Usyk with that uppercut. It was so effective, but just fell off the game plan, slept on Usyk's power a little bit, got hit a little bit too much, but Fury's still a great fighter. I'd love to see it again. I think the rematch has to happen, in my opinion, because we even heard Fury kind of talking about we'll see what happens in the future, but he didn't even mention specifically like, let's do it again. Like, I'm sure he wants to deep down, but he's gonna need some time to recover from that, because he was definitely hurt when he got I don't know if the philosophy or your guys' perspective on it, but there's no standing 8 count, so that kind of confused me. So when Usyk obviously hurt Fury, and Fury ran into the ropes, they ruled that as a knockdown, so there's no standing 8 count. So it was just interesting to see Fury really hurt like that. I don't think I'd really seen him hurt like that, except for obviously the Deontay Wilder fights, and then Francis Ngannou obviously dropped him, but I thought that was more of a flash knockdown. But still a great heavyweight fight, another one for the history books. But I will say that I hope that they are able to make a rematch happen. Obviously the rematch clause was there, so the rematch is going to happen, even if Fury would have won. I picked Fury to win, but I knew it was going to be a pick-me fight, because seeing Fury, obviously he's made a lot of money already. You see him go into Saudi Arabia enjoying life. He came in a lot thinner than we're used to seeing him, but still unable to kind of keep that pace that he had from rounds 3 to 7. And maybe it wasn't even that. Maybe it was just the fact that Usyk caught him with a good shot. I think I'm gonna correct myself and say that it was more the fact that Usyk was able to find a home for that left hand. When you're fighting that orthodox fighter as a southpaw, you really want to target that left hand straight down the pipe. They always say that the jab's not going to land. That's why you didn't really see Usyk throwing too many jabs. You more so saw that left hand, that looping left hand. He threw it straight, he threw it looping, and it was effective. So, Usyk did a lot of good stuff, but I will give credit to Fury too. I thought he did a lot of good stuff too. That was a very competitive fight. It's not like it was a shutout. I don't agree with people kind of being critical of Fury's performance in terms of saying he should have stopped Usyk this, he should have done this and that, because I still think that Fury did a lot of, you know, his game plan was pretty good going into that fight. He lost the first 2 rounds, and I was a little bit concerned. I was like, maybe Usyk's a little bit too quick for him, and part of that is true, but at the same time, seeing rounds 3 to 7, I was saying, okay, this is a very winnable fight for Tyson Fury. I'd even have him ahead at that point in like the 7th round, but then we obviously know what happened. He got caught, and it all changed from there. I think it all is mental. He tried to play possum with Usyk a lot, you know, try to do the rope-a-dope, try to hold on and try to evade all these shots, but, you know, Usyk wasn't biting on the bait. He did the right thing. You don't want to, even if, you know, you're able to land shots on him, you know, it's almost like the judges are, you know, giving Tyson Fury credit for being a showman when he does the little rope-a-dope stuff. Even if you're able to land some shots, they'll almost give him style points for that, even though that's not the criteria of scoring a boxing fight. You have effective punches, effective defense, ring generalship. Those are the, you know, some of the criteria for legitimate, you know, the scoring criteria for the sport of boxing. So still a great fight. I'm still very, you know, curious about what a rematch would look like, because I really do think it could go anyway. It could look, you know, similar to this fight, or it could look completely different. So, but that's any rematch. That's kind of obvious. But it was just, you know, a very competitive fight. I had a feeling that we were gonna, you know, see something that we weren't expecting, and we kind of did. I didn't think that Fury was gonna get hurt. I really didn't think that was gonna happen. That's why I picked Fury in the first place. But Usyk's left hand, it's solid. You know, what a time for the Ukrainians. You got Lomachenko, Usyk, and then, you know, obviously the fight last night that happened after Usyk. That, you know, it's a good time for the Ukrainians right now. They're on a run. So the upset of Navarrete. So I don't know. There's a lot of good fights, you know, in the sport of boxing, but the heavyweights are definitely, you know, making big fights happen. I think that Usyk beats Fury one more time, obviously the rematch clause, but if he beats him, then there's no point in you know, him continuing to fight. Like, who would you like to fight? Like Jared Anderson, I don't know if he's gonna hit that point where, you know, he's already in that name. He's a great boxer as well. He's definitely gonna become world champion in my opinion. But it's more so if, you know, Usyk plans on sticking around. I feel like at this point in his career, he doesn't really have much more that he needs to prove. You know, beating a guy like Anthony Joshua, I'm pretty sure he'd beat a guy like Deontay Wilder. I don't know. That's the tricky thing about heavyweights. I could say that, but at the end of the day, styles make fights. And if Usyk can't hurt Deontay early and get his respect, and Deontay's still very comfortable throwing that 1-2 that he likes, and catching him with that right hand down the middle, I don't know what would happen. I think, you know, it really is just a matter of, you know, the styles, the matchups, and how each fighter is going into that fight. I always say, like, heavyweights are difficult to tell because, you know, even if they're in shape, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're gonna perform better and that their endurance is better. Just because Tyson Fury came in later doesn't mean he's gonna be faster, doesn't mean he's gonna, you know, be in better shape. That's not what it means. You know, like, I would have honestly liked Tyson Fury to come in heavier, because at least he would be able to, you know, use his body to kind of do the stuff he did to Deontay Wilder, lean on Usyk. But maybe it's not that easy when Usyk is more elusive and better with his feet than a lot of heavyweights are. He's a little bit difficult to, you know, stay in front of and, you know, hunt down. And Fury got what he asked for. He told Usyk that he didn't want to have to fight a rabbit. He wanted a real fight, and Usyk brought it to him. He brought it to him in the early rounds, throughout the entire fight. He even though, you know, both fighters got hurt, Usyk's, you know, the one that landed the most consequential shot on Tyson Fury, ultimately, you know, forcing him to fall into the ropes. And that was the, you know, ultimate change in the course of the fight. I thought Fury, obviously, you know, he got into a rhythm, was very light on his feet, found a home for that uppercut, but ultimately Usyk's left hand was the story of the fight, you know. And that's just how it is when it comes to the southpaw and the orthodox. One guy has dynamite and the other doesn't. It was Usyk's left hand versus Tyson Fury's uppercut. I thought Tyson Fury still did a lot of good stuff, could very well win a rematch, but it's not going to be easy, because at this point in Tyson Fury's career, how much more does he want to prove, and how much does he how much more motivation does he have to really get in there and get a win? Because he didn't seem too eager in the press conference, the post-fight press conference, about, you know, getting into a rematch. So will we see it? Let me know in the comments what you guys thought about the fight. Thought it was a great fight. Can't wait to see the rematch. Hopefully it goes down with the rematch clause in play. But let me know in the comments what you guys thought about the fight. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace!
That's going to do it for another Naz Fight Media video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy, Matt Nabong, with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed it all. Thank you guys for the constant support. Salute to y'all always. It's been your boy.